Hello guys, I hope I am audible. If not, I have to check am I audible or not. Just one second. Hello, hello, hello. No fine. So today is the day 6 of improving my communication skill. Actually, this is day 7. Yesterday I forgot to not forgot actually due to heavy rainfall in our area. Um, in our college and our hostel light is not available at that moment, so I decided to sleep earlier and in the wake up at early morning so that I can prepare for my exam. uh, as today was our transportation engineering exam. It's go well, not 100% is good, but yeah, approx. I'm sure about 80% marks of today from today exam. So and as 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 I miss the as I miss the study session, so I plan to give myself punishment. So yesterday, means on the day of 11th September, means tomorrow, I will punish myself as a I will not using Instagram, Facebook, yeah, and Instagram and Facebook together. Means Instagram not more than 10 minutes and Facebook not more than 5 minutes. And overall, my screen time will be approx 3 hours, not exceed to 3 hours. If I exceed to 3 hours, then I will do a continuous 3 hour lab reading book. That is my placement in the exam session, so that I have to control myself to don't not using Instagram, Facebooks, and other social medias. Social media. So uh, this is all about my punishment and reason of I missed yesterday task. So first I will do tongue twister. After that I will read a book as we have completed 6 chapters. So today from uh, 7 chapter we will move onwards. Okay, so don't no need to waste time. So red bulb, blue bulb, 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 red bulb, blue bulb. Kaccha papad, pakka papad, kaccha papad. That's normally कच्चा पापड़ पक्का पापड़ 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 कच्चा पापड़ पक्का पापड़. Stool. I'm 100% sure when I will meet to my colleagues from our hometown, I will surely challenge to our friends to say "Kacha papa, kappa, kacha papa, papa, kappa," like that. It's good. So, uh, moving next. Red lorry, yellow lorry, 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 red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry, 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 red lorry, yellow lorry. Expand red lorry, yellow lorry, 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 red road. ठीक है ओके फाइन फाइन red lorry, yellow lorry, 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 red lorry, yellow lorry. She sells by the sewer. 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 BT buy some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the bitter bitter. BT buy butter, BT buys some butter, but the butter was bitter, she she bought some other butter to make the bitter better. BT buys some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought other butter to make the bitter. So she bought. BT buys some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the bitter better. BT buys some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought other butter to make the bitter better. BT buys some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the bitter better. BT buy BT buy butter some. Okay, relax. BT buys some BT buys some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the bitter better. BT buys some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the bitter better. BT buys some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the bitter better. BT buys some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the bitter better. BT buys some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the bitter better. BT buys some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some other butter to make the bitter better. Okay, now let's move to the next. The lips, the tip of, sorry, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. Okay, no fine. The lips, the teeth, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. Okay. Me first. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the teeth of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the. Okay, fine. It's going fast now. That's why it's that. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the lips, the teeth. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. Okay, it's fine. Do you push yourself a little harder? Yeah. Every day we wake up with a choice. Do we remain the same or do we strive to be the better? I don't know from where okay. So I have to try some other one. Going to next. Peter Piper picked the peck of pickled pepper. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. How much would a woodchuck? Some of my friends comes to me. Okay, one second.
So guys, studying.
Not
Oh my god, fuck yaar. Fuck. You're really doing hard work, brother. दिल में क्या छुपा है बोलो बोलो लगा दे
इस तरह तुम प्लेसमेंट ले लेना
अरे यार स्ट्रेटजी बना रहा पढ़ने का बस तुम मारना पड़ेगा लेकिन यार
नहीं वो इस तरह कम्युनिकेशन स्किल सुन लिया उसका पॉडकास्ट हुआ
नहीं, हम कब से प्लान कर रहे थे
कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स
हाँ
कैसे करता है
अरे अभी टांग ट्विस्टर कर रहे हैं बस नॉर्मल
हाँ?
आई डोंट नो आवाज भी जा रही है। एक मिनट टांग ट्विस्टर कर रहे हैं बस नॉर्मल अरे यार एक सेकंड
भाई बताओ ना हम भी करेंगे
मैं एक
Yeah, baby, fuck. Oh my god, yeah. इस तरह मारता है इस तरह हाँ
हाँ
दो केजी का
अरे
सूट
तो
लिखा
तुम
हुआ है
अभी तुरंत करेगा थोड़ा ना अगर तुम सारा एक्सरसाइज करके एकदम पूरा थक जाएगा तब करेगा तब तुम्हारा इफेक्ट करेगा तब तुम्हारा ये 2 केजी भी इफेक्ट करेगा है तो
हाँ?
तुमको अभी इफेक्ट करना है
तुमको वही इफेक्ट करना भाई एक इस तरह करता है ना इस तरह
हाँ वैसे ही
तुम कितना ट्राइसेप्स का कितना होता है
5 केजी मैक्सिमम मारते हैं उससे ज्यादा हम नहीं मार पाते हैं
केजी मार लेता है
हाँ
पुशअप भी लगा लेते हैं
पुशअप कितना लगाता है
30 एक बार में फिर उसके
एक बार
बाद
में 30 लगा लेता है डायमंड पुशअप कितना मारता है
डायमंड पीस मार देते हैं
अगर तुम 50 पुशअप मारो ना
डायमंड 20 पूरा लगातार एक बार में मार लेता है
हाँ
मार दे
मार दिए
मतलब हम लगातार 40 करते ही थे क्या कहते हैं
Normal.
तीनों
सब मिला के
शुरू
40
से हाँ
नहीं हम तो अकेले 30 मारते हैं नॉर्मल पुशअप मतलब मेट है उतना में 30 मारते हैं फिर अगर फैला के मारेंगे तो थोड़ा कम मारेगा तो डायमंड पुशअप 20 मार लेते हैं आराम से
जो 50 पुशअप मार लेता है वो 99% लोग से ज्यादा
टोटल 50 पुशअप मेरा हो जाता है
अगर 50 पुशअप एक बार
में
कंटिन्यूअस 50 पुशअप नहीं मारते
एक बार में नहीं होता
अभी 30 हो गया है शुरू में 22
अरे यार जिम जा रहे थे तब काफी बढ़िया था फिर साला छोड़ दिए ना उसको
इतना बढ़िया शरीर है तब भी रंडी लोग की तरह जो
मेरा एक भी नहीं हो पाता
और भी जा रहा है
नहीं बंद कर देना
अरे यार पहले बताना चाहिए था हम गाली नहीं दे पाते
आवाज जा रहा है यार
आवाज जा रहा है
हाँ पता नहीं, हमको सीखना पड़ेगा थोड़ा।
नहीं बता सकता हर चीज दूंगा।
अरे तो हम नया नया है ना, इसमें थोड़ी ना कभी किए।
अच्छा
पता नहीं।
सुन ना, कैसे करता है भाई कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स है ना?
अरे तो अभी पहला स्टेप है, फिर इसके बाद आगे
अरे
पूछेंगे।
डेली कैमरा खोलो। हाँ,
प्रैक्टिस करो।
प्रैक्टिस करो, बोलो। फिर दूसरा दिन उसको देखना और देखना क्या खराब है।
हेलो।
फिर
हेलो।
सेम काम करो।
हेलो।
My friend is
हाँ,
trying to
नीचे करो।
first push up.
ना नीचे करना सारे।
भाई 5-6 कर देते यार।
पाँच है, तुम साला पूरा ऊपर फ्लैट है ही नहीं, तुम पीछे बैक वाला ऊपर कर ले।
Hello. Hello. Okay. So, little bit, my friends. They have talked about all those things, just normal things in hostels. They comes and I do 26 push-up normally, no extra efforts, just normally. As that is, you know, um, push-up pass. First time I'm using the push-up pass. That it's little bit discomfortable for me, so that's why I reduce the number of push-ups. But in the normal, I do 13. हाँ
पानी देना मेरा वाला।
ले लिया था.
अरे पर्दा के पीछे है।
Actually, they came for two reasons. First one is for dumbbells, and second for they are asking for machine learning playlist or course videos so that they can also prepare for machine learning. I will share with him as well as others to prepare for machine learning. I'm not today. Okay, fine. So, no need to distract because I have to read too much things. So I am leaving tongue twister as I disturbed for 5 to 10 minutes. So we have already covered. First, I have to introduce this book. The book name is uh, "Life Is What You Make It" by Preeti Senoy. This is a love story book. So, and today I reached to chapter number 7. Destiny changes in moment. So we should continue. It was during the mother of all cultures festivals, the Mahatma Gandhi University Youth Festival, that Avi and I first kissed. Mhm. This hurts me a lot. Seeing first kisses on dairy. The earth did not move, the sky did not open. I did not feel the acceleration I was supposed to feel as described in books or shown in movies, but the cops came. The feeling of terror that swept over me when we heard the noise and saw the hurried footsteps and corpses spilling out of jeeps like marble tumbling out of the open bag would remain with me for years to come. Whenever, whenever I set my eyes on a person in a uniform, the sequence of events that led to this started innocently enough. At least it was innocent on my part and of his, but I am not so sure about the other who were involved. It was an event spread over 4 days, and uh, we were all staying at the hostel in the college that was hosting in that year. The students who took part were varied age group ranging from 16 to 24. For many students, it was the first time they were staying away from home. I will do it like this. The freedom, okay. The freedom and the this opportunity gave them a high, and sometimes as office barrier we had to be strict with girls. Only the office barriers in our college had permission to stay out as late as they pleased, as there were a million things to coordinate for next day. Anyone else who wanted to stay out late had to get an okay from them. 3 days of event were already over. It was clear that Agnes was in the lead for the overall championship, and a talented girl and a talented girl called Suja from our college had already emerged, in, emerged as the individual champion, as she had won the first prize in four events, two dance and two singing events. It was a well-known fact that a girl who won it would be invariably be offered a role of Malayalam movie. Be offered a role of Malayalam movie. We were waiting to see if Suja would take it up or pass it on. We were all proud of her. She was our star, our prized possession, patient possession, the darling of the nuns who taught at the college. Suja came to me, asked, Suja came to me, asking if she could stay out a bit longer that night at the gap from Mahavir, who was her boyfriend, and asked her out. I had no idea how to answer her. I passed the buck and asked her to talk to Sanjana. Sometimes decisions that are taken in the nick of a moment are that ones that have the power to affect a whole train of events that follow. But at the moment talking those decisions, not much thought goes into them. They are they are taken in the normal manner and in a retrospect cause a great deal of contribution of or remorse. Do you want to join us? We are having a special office variant party tonight, said Sanjana when Suja asked her for permission to stay out late. It was a surprise to me as well. That office period party. I asked. The office period of all colleges are the office period of all colleges are meeting today at 11 p.m. after the day's event are over. It is a tradition before the last day during your festivals. Sucha can come along the vanish in a little time after the party starts. No, nobody needs to know as long as she comes back safely and joins us to go back to the door. Sandra winked. I shrugged. I shrugged. It was not my decision. It was cute. Sure that Sanjana knew that she was doing. Of course, Suja acted gratefully. Every other office bearer seemed to know of the party. They were old hand at this, and I was the newbie. Where is the party going to be held? I asked Priya as I watched Suja walk away in glee. The Hotel Crown Plaza. Their ballroom is a decent size and some Navy cadets will be there too. Gosh, those are gorgeous, answered Priya dreamily. The Indian Navy had a sea officer training establishment as well as a naval base in a Kochi. The naval cadets trained here. The guys were usually well-turned and articulate. The naval cadets train here. The guys were usually well trained out, articulate, smart, and most importantly, would be officer at the end of their courses. The combination was irresistible to most women, and having a naval academy guy as a boyfriend was a matter of prestige. The naval guy, on their part, would definitely give a right arm to say, "Mhm." Naval guy as a boyfriend was a matter of prestige. The naval guy on the part would definitely give a right arm to say that the Agnes Girls was their girlfriend. After all, Agnes Girls had a reputation of being intelligent, fashionable, and smart. So it was a kind of symbiotic relations, and each said thought they were the lucky one. The girls the girls were all excited about the party. The numerous preparation that involved getting ready for the party in a women's parlance had begun in the hostel at 6 p.m. itself. I was stunned when I saw some of the outfits that girls had chosen to wear. Sanjana looked like a fashion model straight out of Vogue with an off-shoulder deep red dress that had a plunking neckline and plunge to every to every To everyone. She also wore a 6 inches, and when she completed her makeup, all our jaws dropped open in amazement. She was stunning. Most of the other who were attending the party had dressed glamorously. I had not known about the party and had not carried any such party wear with me. I chose to wear a simple black and white printed shirts and black tights. They went well with my wet heels. Sanjana took me aside and asked if I would like to borrow one of her outfits, but I refused. All the girls wore some kind of jacket or full sleeve top over their clothes, which they would remove as soon as we were out of sight of the faculty. If the nuns saw the girls dressed like this, they would definitely object. The hotel was within walking distance of where we stayed. The party had already started when we arrived. The atmosphere was electric. The ballroom was spacious, elegant, and filled with young people dancing to the groove of blaring Western foot tapping numbers. I was taken by surprising, and it seems as if I had stepped into a different world. Priya, Sanjana, and the others seemed to be fit right in. They mingled around effortlessly and started dancing with a group of guys. I knew they were the Navy guys. Suja too seemed to have found her friend, and they were dancing like they had eyes only for each other. I did not know what to do. I tried to blend into the background in, inconspicuously, suddenly feeling out of place and uncomfortable. "Hi, hi there. Are you Ankita? Aren't you?" said a tall, well-dressed guy, tapping me on my shoulder. From his haircut, I knew that he was one of naval guy. "Yes, and how do you know me?" I answered, surprised. Sorry, I did not introduce myself. I am Praveen Singh. I am a friend of Rakesh Tuggal, who is Suja's friend," he said. "Yes, I've heard Suja talking of Rakesh. I hope that he would not ask me to dance. I hope that I was not ready to dance yet. May I have to? May I have the pleasure of dancing with you, or maybe after a while?" I did not know what the ethic to turning down a guy was. I was beginning to sweat a little now. "Hi Ankita, come here," said a similar voice, and I saw Abhi with a drink in his hand, walking towards me. The relief I felt was that animal trapped in a next experience when it is free. Hi, I said, sounding so enthusiastic that I hope Praveen got the message. He seemed to have, as, as he slipped away unopportunely as Abhi came up to me. "I am so glad to see you," I said. "You are looking terrific." "I loved it when you left your hair open," he said, his eyes shining. "I feel such a plain Jane look at the others. They did all those embellishments because they don't have what you do," he said, smiling. "And what is it have which they don't?" I asked, eagerly lapping up his face. "Me, of course," he said. I laughed and punched him playfully. Then I peeped into his glass. "What are you having?" "Champagne." I am what I say. This is one of my biggest mistakes that I haven't read this book earlier. There is everything that's related to me. As campaign, "Can I get you some?" "No, thank you. You know I don't drink." "I promise I'm not trying to get you drunk." His eyes twinkled. But you must try everything at least once. I was tempted. I had never had a alcohol before. I knew I could count on Abhi to see that I did not do anything foolish. I trusted him completely now. I also felt a lot braver than you before. You know that he was at my side. I looked around the room. Almost everyone had a drink. Here, try and see if you like it. Hesting- Hesitatingly, hesitatingly, I took a sip from his glass. I felt strangely intimate. I looked my approval and he got me a drink. Have it slowly. Don't gulp it down. I'm not so foolish. I know that much. The party was the party was in full swing now. I have to, as I am slipping to the story. Slipping with the story. The party was in full swing now. The lights had dimmed. Many of guys were smoking, and the air was thick with smoke. The smell of expensive perfume too lingered. There was a huge disco light in the center. The music had changed to slow dance, and many of the couples were dancing very close to each other. A few of the girls had buried with their faces in the guy's shoulder. They were completely engrossed in themselves. My eyes almost popped out when I saw they were the hand of some guy. I felt a bit like intruded. He too seemed to have a sense of my surprise. This is really uncommon, Unks, he said. Many of them go the whole hog too. They have rented rooms upstairs. What? I said, truly shocked now. Look, I did not do it, and I am not making any indecent proposition to you. Don't worry, he said. I was beginning to feel a bit claustrophobic. Also, the alcohol seemed to have unsettled my stomach. I felt giddy. Abhi, I did not. I need to sit down. I am not feeling too good. Come, let us get out. The fresh air will do you good. Deciding to go out at that instant was one of the best decisions I have ever made in my life. In retrospect, I would be many times grateful for it. They say destiny changes in moments sometimes. But I did not have these philosophical thoughts at all. As I went out with Abhi into the cool night through a door that led outside to the huge hotel lawns and the well-done-up garden, Abhi gestured towards a wooden bench that was tucked away, almost hidden by two large green bushes that seemed to be unsharing it. The sky was star-studded and the breeze felt refreshing compared to the noise, the smoke and music inside. This is so much better, I said. Abhi put his arm around me and I did not protest. I leaned my head on his shoulder. I stroked my hair with murmured something. Something about how beautiful I was. I snuggled a bit closer. That was when he pulled me towards him, but an arms around my waist and kissed me so tenderly that sorry, I thought my heart would break as his lips met mine. I could taste the camping on his lips. It felt so natural and so right. I had always wondered how my first kiss would be. What one should do. Should one open the mouth, close one eyes? Would I know what to do? I was surprised that it just came instinctively, and Avik seemed to know what he was doing. My heart was singing, and more than exhilaration, it was a feeling of completeness that washed over me in a strange way. That was when we hear the commotion, the sudden noise and confusion. It was the corpse. Confusion, it was a cop. We would see the tumbling out of the dead vehicle and running into the hotel. The scene frightened me. We did not know what to do. We had no idea what was happening. I wanted to go and see, but I pulled me back. Let us wait here, Ankita. Trust me, I won't be pretty sense. How can I, Abhi? We cannot just sit here. Yes, we can. I think I know what is happening out there. Look, there is nothing you and I can do. You cannot reason this with cops. Let us stay here. Now listen to me and don't protest. I did listen to him. We stayed on the bench for almost 2 hours till the noise of confusion died down. Destiny had indeed Destiny had indeed changed in a matter of moments. The next day was a nightmare for everyone in Agnes and everyone associated with Agnes. At last, a huge bulletin headlines across the pages of almost all Malayalam dailies and a few English newspapers, two words. A screaming headlines that Agnes Gus caught in a hotel room. Agnes Ignite show a talent of a different kind and many more such as sarcastic one-liner. It was a mud ceiling, and it was he. We had been the celebrities of the moment. Now had fallen. The rival college was pouncing upon its like vulture. The mighty Agnes curse was shame. We would later find out that it was one of the official pages of the host college who had connection with the student wings of the political parties who had ignited in- ignited this whole police drama. We would also later find out the naval cadets who were involved that punitive action taken against them too. Sanjana and Sudhar's photo were splashed across the newspaper with unpleasant and unnecessary detail and also name of the naval guys they were with. It is a place like Kerala. It was a fake worse than death. The fact was that they were all over 18 and what they were doing was entirely business of forgotten. But conservative Kerala had no place for tolerance for such things. Good girls simply did not go to hotel rooms with the men and get caught in police raids. Only prostitutes did that. What hurt me most, and this nuisance me completely, was the reaction of the college authorities. They promptly expelled Sanjana and Sujat's sister Evangeline released a press statement saying how just two girls had tarnished the reputation of the college. The college had a history of more than 100 years and never in its history had such a things happened. They blamed the girls and their parents. Then after a hurried conference and closed door meeting with other faculty members, they announced that they were reinstating reinstating a new chairperson for the college whom they had unanimously agreed upon. Their choice of a chairperson, their cha- their choice of chairperson was someone the rest of us would grow to hate. She was a spanless cord, cord who could only suck up to the authority. She had no opinion of her own. She would she would never even have been nominated, let alone on the election. Had she contested for a million years, she has plain unglamorous, had no clue what to do and did not even know how to speak. She was a stoop, not a leader. Priya and I and all of the other office barrier went and meet Sir Evangeline privately. We watched how strongly we felt about it and that we were representing the thousand of voice of a student of the college who wanted to say the same things. Sister brushed our protest aside. We gave our freedom and you misused it. These girls have brought disgrace to the college. You girls have no choice but to obey, she said. I could not help think. I could not help thinking of that as long as the girls kept winning and bringing the laurel home. They were adored as long as they were useful as they performed. It was a great, but the moment things went a little our way, little away, they were dropped like a hot potato. Later, I told Sue bitterly, how then is the treatment method or to different from the treatment that I meted out of pros both for us. You are perfectly right, she said. At least they get a paid for it. The rest of the year has, the rest of the year was not the same. Without Sanjana to lead the team of a period, the entire essence of that it was all about the disintegrated. The college authority did not care. Agnes had already won almost every cultural competition that there was a win that year. There was to win that year. Agnes was also the overall champion in the Mahatma Gandhi University Festival that year. But it was the first time that nobody talked about to or rejoiced. The election arrived, so as I missed as yesterday, means on 10th September, I missed our session, our communication skill session. So I decided to read one more chapter as I have already read one more chapter yesterday, but today I will also read one more extra chapter so that I can cover this book earlier, and I will try to some other way to improve my communication skills. So this one is ready to play as that is. Now I hope you go to the parts how she said destiny changes in moment. Simply things this happen with all of us in a school time in or anywhere is some of our friends do some mistakes, but due to some reason, just before they are catched, red-handed case, we moved somewhere due to some reason. No matter how what is the situation due to some emergency situation, some panic situation, some god plant, all those things, we moved away from that situation. And some teachers, some police means in our school time, some teachers comes and see their children are making noise, so they catch and they beaten by the teachers. But somehow you means save just because you moved away from that moment just before that the teacher come. Similarly, in this story, Ankita means our writer and their friends go to some parties with Naval officers, like we call so ball party in the end, all those things. So ball party there somehow due to uh, some persons in Kerala, they some means different mindset people call the police and they come here and call catch all those students. I mean, Ankita's friend and Naval boys. Uh, so and just few minutes ago, Ankita and her boyfriend Abhi went somewhere in this different place just because she drinks some campaign and that she feels not well, so she moved away from that place and take open air, and somehow she saved automatically just because of one campaign. And their boyfriend also do some help to stay away from that moment. And she first time he forced to her, and she also accept their uh, means thoughts and their resistance. So all those that's where how they saved from Ankita saved from that means means नाम बदनाम होने से, but as they went for the some events named the Mahatma Gandhi University Festival, they are they also win the overall champion. They become a overall champion, but teacher don't means point out that right things they are pointing to our college hundred of years they have no any black dotted and any black names any means this type of names come in the newspaper and all those things they don't focus on good things they just focus on the bad things we have done. Similarly, in our lab, that same things happen. If you do great, many great things if, in our lab, in our, for college, for a school, and if you just do some one mistake, then your whole great things will be failed at that moment. So try to try to do don't do try to uh, try to don't do any bad activity and any mistakes in your uh, lab as we have if you do any great work then all things will be faded so try to be good try to be normal don't stuck in any bad things so now that next chapter is ready to play and so this is chapter 8. The election arrived the election arrived like a monsoon the next year. The election arrived like monsoon the next year. It was the final year of our graduation, and we would soon be completing our bachelor's degree. There was no way I was contesting. I had made up my mind about that event. The many had argued me to contest again. The entire thing had left a sore taste in my mouth. There were only a few more months for our final year to end. My agenda was not to be get into any of the top institute of I have to focus and read carefully. One line. There was only a few more months for our annual year to end, our final year to end. My agenda was not to be get into any of the top institutes in the country offering an MBA. Like many of others, I had dutifully fill in the application form, taken out the demanded draft and mailed them well before the last date. My parents were very happy about my decision. I hoped I would not disappoint them. I desperately wanted to get admission into MBA course. Webo and I were still in touch, but not with the intensely as earlier. I think it was more out of a sense of duty. I wa- I think it was more out of a sense of duty that he called rather than anything else. I had not even noticed that his call and trickled. As I observed, as, as I so observed in Abhi and the other things that were going on in my life, I think the love I had for him was replaced by a kind of fond affection. Honestly, it did not matter to me anymore whether he called or not. It seemed as though Abhi and I had been through so much together, and somewhere along the way, Vaibhav had been left or behind. Sarva decided that she would pursue chartered accountancy and join her father's firm. The rest of us had no such option, and the entrance tests were what wa- what we had to concentrated on. The MBA bug had beaten all of us. Most of us had opted for postal coaching. There were only two reputed institutes that sent you to the practice paper and the study material. We pulled in our resources. We had formed a study group which consisted of Dhiren, Abhi, and Christy from Mahavir's, and Suvi and I from our college. We met twice a week at Mahavir's in their auditorium, which we had access to. And as Abhi and Dhiren were office barrier again that year, Christy and I were the ones who were most serious about it. We competed with each other like crazy, solving questions, seeing who would crack it first. I was far ahead of him in verbal ability, and he would be dazzled by my reading speed and data interruption. But he made up for it in quantitative ability. He beat me hollow in that as I grappled in with figure. I knew how to solve most of it, but my speed wasn't very good. I took too much time. On some day over. We had seniors over from our college and from Mahavir who were now doing an MBA at Cochin University of Science and Technology. CU said they joined us and they gave us tips. They held mock interview and group discussion as well. I kept telling Abhi that he would have to work harder. I felt that the college activities were taking a toll on his preparation. I sensed that he did not like my saying so, and could also see that he was getting annoyed at the way I competed with Christie. But my goal was clear, and I was not wavering from it. I was determined to make. I was determined to make it. I think interests are mostly about how one perform on the particular day. Of course, it needs hard work and talent, but largely it's also need luck. Whatever it was, I was delighted beyond measure when I got an interview call from not one, but four institute, one of which was a well known in Bombay. I had also been selected for CU set. I had been Hmm. Uh, I miss the past exam. Whatever it was, I was delighted beyond measure when I got an interview call from not one, but four institutes, one of which was well known in Bombay. I had also been selected for CU SAT. I had never expected to be this lucky. I cleared the group discussion and interviews too. My parents' joy knew no bonds as they boasted all the relatives about my achievement. Abhi had not Abhi had got an interview call from only from CUSAT. My dad had another surprise for me. He announced that he had got a promotion in his company and it had been posted to Bombay. He would soon the relocating as soon as my final exam were over. Abhi was very upset when he heard this. Look, Abhi, I reasoned with him. Even if my folks were not moving to Mumbai, we would still have parted as I would have chosen to do it in Mumbai. I said, "Come on, Angs, isn't you said good enough for you? Doesn't we mean anything to you?" Most of us had got offer letter from CUSAT, and those who had got interview call from other places were stalling, keeping COCT as the backup option. In case we did not get anywhere else, CUSAT was definitely not my first choice. The last page. Most of us had got offer letter from CSAT, and those who had got interview call from other places were stalling, keeping CSAT as a backup option. In case we did not get it anywhere else, CSAT was definitely not my first choice. Abhi, how can you be so unreasonable? I said. Look, put yourself in my place. If you had got a call from the place I have, would not you have grabbed it? No, Ankita, I would still have gone to the place where both of us can study together. That is how much you mean to me, he said simply. I did not know thought, did you not know what to answer as I knew he meant it to, but the things what he had not made it. I had. He was such an emotional fool. This was an opportunity of a lifetime for me. He, how could I just chuck it up for something which I presumed was love? How foolish was that? I was not getting swayed. We felt I was being hurted. I felt it was a being practical and rational. Look, I had told you to study hard. If you had, you would have made it. I said it come out more singly than I intend. Yes, it is easy for you to say no, Miss Bombay. You know what spread had gone to your head? He said cause costly. I was taken aback. I said no more and walked away. "Don't get angry with me," he called out. "I am the only one who dares to tell you the truth. The others just suck up to you. Think about it." I was humming. How dare he speak to me like that? He called out to me to wait, but I was in no mood to listen to him. Later, I thought about the way he said. I concluded he was frustrated and jealous as he had not made it. How could he ask me to give up my dreams? How could he ask me to give up something I had worked so hard for just so I could be with him? She said it not looking appealing at all in the dazzle and glamour of Bombay. What chance did it have? Did it have? I did not feel any regret about leaving my friends behind. Bombay beckoned, and I was more than ready to fly. It's love story. Girls got some things. It's actually the normal things. If anyone can. In the first case, his boyfriend got in IIT Delhi. Then he have to accept he will be in normal college. Similarly, now he also told his boyfriend Abhi he do hard works so that she can also get in a good MBA college. But he did not do that much of hard work. So now it's saying to Ankita to stay here. That is not good things. So we have to also do hard work to get into good college for GATE, after GATE for MTechs, and do extra hard works to get into PSC. So the next chapter will be never belittle love. So next chapter will be never belittle love. It is also box 10 12 page. Okay, it's fine. 10 pages. It's not a big deal for me now because I have experienced how to read and I'm a little bit faster. And now I think I am clear to my voice little bit than previous because I think I am doing great. I have to continue with this process. 10th is racing ahead. It is not possible to read two chapter in the tomorrow, so I will read only one chapter tomorrow as I have covered one chapter extra today, as because I have to miss one session, so that's why. Seems good. It will be going crazy, crazy, crazy. It's lap of one girls. I hope I will sort of. I have more chapters, but I think it will take time. So it's all about today session and first, as I have not mentioned about what I have done yesterday on 10 September. So I, I slept earlier, so I wake up at 7 a.m. Then I start reading the chapters that I haven't covered last night. So I start reading from Chat GPTs and one short notes. Then I not practice as much, but yeah, I see some questions, previous year questions, and after that I went for breakfast, and coming from breakfast, I do some I do some revision. After I take a nap, 1 hour nap. After that, I dress up and take calculator from my senior, do lunch, and after that I went for exam. There I was simply first one numerical I have solved easily. Sorry, MCQ is solved easily. Four questions I am 100% sure, and three question was is little bit tricky. So I solved four question first. After I left three question, then I moved to other question that is a numerical part that I solved easily because that is too easy, simple numerical based question. After that, some other question was I written notes, no, read short notes on topics. I do that questions. Then I do one other numericals and theoretical question as well as. And after that, I have three questions. I have to choose two questions in all three questions. There is two options. I mean, two questions in each three questions. So in e- each three main questions, I was not able to solve one question from each completely 100% sure. But I have to choose any one question, any two question, then I choose accordingly, and no, only one. In three, I have to choose one because I have already solved four. So I chooses one question in which I can draw diagrams and all those things so that teachers give some numbers in to see my diagram and all those things. So that was my exam. After coming from exam hall, uh, after coming from my exam hall, I came to the room, discussed with my friends. Then I went for department to submit our assignment. After that, I come came back and I start searching about uh, uh, searching videos about machine learning and revising all those things. And I have completed some external task and give it to them. And that means some other works that I have completed. After that, I went for hostel number means based on canteen area. You can say means generally we say bara number. So there we ate chat and we come back and I start reading books and not reading books. I start preparing the questions means machine learning chapters means unsupervised learning. In that there is decision tree. In decision tree, many things I want to read in details. That's why I covering whole syllabus from Campus X that suggested by my one of my roommate during internship, and that's name is his name is um, Aditya. He's from Tamil Nadu, living in Delhi, and he's pursuing his degree from ISER in Odisha. I have to search once again. ISER from Odisha that suggested me to read from Campus X, and I searched all the his topics that's in that playlist, and I am reading all those videos and taking a screenshots. After that, after a while, I will write down in copies so that I revise easily. So all about yesterday, and thank you guys for watching that video till end, and thank you for supporting me. Bye bye. Good night. Sweet dream.